Okay, so for the reproductive system, I will first start off with the male reproductive system. I have here the periprose, which is just the outer layer of the male reproductive. I have the glans penis, which is there, and then this here is the penis. Then I do have the corpus cavernorum, which is this area here, and then in the inner side here is the corpus spongiosum, and then I have the urethra tube that goes all the way up to the bladder, and then I have the uterus there, and then I have the vas deferens, which is connected to the testes, and here's the scrotum, and then here with the vas deferens is the epidermis, which holds, but then it goes up, like I said, to the vas deferens. Okay, then here, not part of the male reproductive system, but just kind of placement as to where things are located. This is the large intestine, and then I do have the anus there. Then we have the seminal vesicle, which is there, and then I have the prostate gland, and then this little ball here is the urogenital diaphragm, the bulbourethral gland, and then for the hormones that influence the sperm production, it is the hypothalamus that secretes the abbreviation is GnRH, which is a gonadotropin releasing hormone, which enters the blood vessels, leading to the anterior pituitary gland. Then the pituitary gland secretes the GnRH, called the luteinizing hormone, also known as LH, and the follicle stimulating hormone, known as FSH. The FSH stimulates the sustanular cells of the semifinous tubules to respond to the effects of the male hormone testosterone. FSH and testosterone then stimulate the spermatogenetic cells to undergo the spermogenesis, giving rise to the sperm cells. That process is a negative feedback that occurs when rising levels of testosterone acting on the hypothalamus and anterior pituitary to inhibit the release of the GnRH and FSH and the LH. The steroid cells produce hormones called inhibin, which is released into the blood where sperm count is too high. So there, as you can see, is my negative feedback loop. I do have the hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary, which that secretes the GnRH. The negative feedback is with the testes and the steroid cells. So they go back to the hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary, causing a negative feedback. And then I do have the other hormones, the FSH and the LH, going into the cells and the lighting cells. Okay, now for the female reproductive, I'll go over those as well. So we'll first start off with the external I do have, here is the anus, and then here is the pubic, and then I have this here, that is, that is the labia majora, and then next to that is the labia minora. Then we have the clitoris, and then the first opening here is the urethra opening, and then we have the vaginal opening, and then in between the two openings here is the hymen, and then all this here is the vulva. Now at the top here is the prepuce, which is similar to the male reproductive system. And then the internal part that I have, it's kind of hard to see there. So first we have the uterine tube, which is these here. And then we have the ovaries, and then these little things here that kind of look like they're holding on to that is the fimbriae, and then we have the vagina here, and then we have the cervical orifice, and then we do go in right there, and then we do go into the cervix, and here is the whole body of the uterus. And then as far as the hormones that regulate the ovarian cycle and hormones that influence the uterine cycle, we do have, it's that, once again, the hypothalamus that initiates the ovarian cycle by secreting the GnRH, which stimulates, secreting the GnRH, which stimulates the anterior pituitary to secrete the FSH and the LH. The FSH and the LH target ovaries and stimulates the follicular development, which causes maturation of the follicles. Maturing ovarian follicles secrete inhibin and estrogen. The second follicle matures into the vesicular follic under the estrogen. Then the corpus luteum secretes large amounts of estrogen, progesterone, and inhibin. The combination of these inhibits the hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary and builds uterine lining. The corpus luteum then degenerates in about 10 to 13 days if, of course, there's no fertilization, which then decreases the hormone levels, and then the cycle repeats.